Hey, so welcome back to this day five of Level Hack Week. Um, I was going to say that this it's going to be the last one, but no, actually we have Red Day coming up and Dimmer next. So I don't know why I get the impression. Maybe it's because it's pretty late for me. It's 8 p.m. in the night. So I want to make sure that everyone can hear me. I can see me well. I had some internet connection before, so that's why we're starting a little bit late. But I think we're not too late. We're on time to make this amazing workshop. And I wanted to take that time because, unfortunately, yesterday stream was terrible. I mean, I couldn't make anything because of the internet. I think that the screen was all time freezing, etc. So uh, and it was in time I don't do streams often. That it's in the middle of the day, but today we have some familiar names around here. I see Green Jacks, 404, uh, for Hakausa 16. I think I mispronounced that. I'm sorry about that. But great. Good to see you all here. And I'm pretty excited to take this stream. Um, I love Firebase and I love these great tools the amazing people of Google provide us, right? So yesterday I got the question about if this stream was sponsored by TensorFlow or something like that, and no, the real is that they don't sponsor us. But I simply love the tools they made. Plus, I think someone of the team, if I read properly, someone of the team of TensorFlow was in yesterday's streams. So that was really cool. Today, today, what we are going to do is that we are going to develop an app that takes like these doodles, drawings of numbers we made, and with the use of artificial intelligence, the machine learning thing that we are about to, well, that we are here, the reason we are here, and it can predict with a with a great accuracy what number is, right? So if we draw a nine, they can predict, hey, this is a nine. So you may think of that could not be a great app. That it's kind of boring, maybe lame. No, but the truth it is not. It's a great app, and the thing about it is that you can extend it. We are going to take this example because this is a followed guide that they have on the Firebase docs. But we can extend it because the thing here, and that's why I give the TensorFlow session yesterday, is that we can take TensorFlow models. Um, well, a little recap. TensorFlow, it's like the big framework. They have released a version for JavaScript that it's for web, but also another version that it's TensorFlow Lite, that it's specifically, if you see the caption of the stream, for mobile apps, iOS and Android. Well, using this, you have even support for Flutter. So if we have Flutter fans here, say hello in the comments. And I'm very excited about this, to be honest. A lot of the things we are going to make today are kind of complicated, and you need some heavy tools. For example, I am going to develop using Xcode. So if you don't have Xcode installed in your computer, and it is a Mac, it will take its time. Plus the add-ons, plus the tools, plus the packages, plus a lot of things. To be honest, this is kind of heavy. Well, mobile, it's kind of heavy in all aspects. And put that artificial intelligence on top of that, you just have a huge bump of uh, free space that you need in your computer, right? So don't worry if you can follow all the stream. This is going to be recorded as always, and you can check it later on Twitch and YouTube, right? So put all attention here, focus on what I'm building, and feel free to ask any questions you may have, and I'll try to answer them, right? So, as I was saying, I'm going to use Xcode because I'm working on Mac, but if you work on Windows, you probably won't be able to do this. Um, for sure, maybe let me correct that. But you can work Android with Android Studio, and the process is the same. I am going to share the tutorial we are going to follow, and all the documentation. It's well, and it's almost the same for both platforms, Android and plus iOS, right? So I'm going to what's the word for this? Give the example with iOS, not for any preferences, but for because it's the tools that I have, and you can do it in whatever other platform you want, Android or Flutter, I would say, right? So let me know here on the comments before we begin. Um, if you are in the stream yesterday or this is going to be new for you, and if you are familiar with the TensorFlow models like the you know or you heard about TensorFlow before. If you have been in my previous streams, you're probably familiar with Firebase, so that won't be new to you. But we are going to use a new application, a new platform, let's say, yeah, a new setting that they released recently. Recently, it's 3 years ago that it's the ML one, right? So I want it to be a lot of interactive here because I'm not seeing comments, and I'm sometimes worried about if you're following me. I got stuck and I'm freeze. Uh, do I still on stream? So help me just being that great feedback that you are always, right? For example, I see here from you, Green Yoshix, was here on the last stream, still not too secure with TensorFlow. Don't worry, it's complicated as we were recalling yesterday. Um, we are not going to be experts on machine learning development with just one stream, right? The thing here is to take advantage of the modern, yeah, of the modernity and use previously developed machine learning models to fit in our web applications, in our mobile applications, in our hacks, right? So I will recommend starting here. Yes, of course, because you get the full potential of the existing models. You can um, train them again with transfer learning, etc., to fit better your data. And in the future, when you get familiar with these, when you get familiar with the environment, with the concepts, etc., and you start studying more about the mathematical aspects, about all the theoretical concepts and stuff, you are going to be able to develop your own models and train them and do amazing stuff, right? Um, so yeah, I don't have much experience with TensorFlow, only with PyTorch. They are very similar, so it's really cool. I'm using TensorFlow because yeah, it's from Google, so it's like the Google environment fitting perfectly with Firebase. So yeah, don't worry, you can take this. And Maybe I'm not sure, but maybe find a way to take a PyTorch model to TensorFlow, and if it is on TensorFlow, you can take it to Firebase ML and consecutive, consequently to your application, right? So that's the good news here. So thanks for the feedback. Thanks for letting me know that you can hear me. So let's get started with this. Um, hmm, I'm going to start sharing my screen, and I got prepared this page. Give me a second. I'm just configuring my screens here to never lose comments again. Because believe me or not, one time I was streaming without stream. Well, I was talking to the computer, but the stream was stopped, or I don't know if I didn't even hit like go live, and it was so humiliating. And in another time, I was supposed to be sharing my screen, but I was just staring at me. People were just like looking my face, and Alberto is talking about something I don't see. But that's why I always try to have this second monitor to see how its stream is going. Um, I recommend it so badly. But yeah, let's return to what we were talking, and this is here. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. This is the Firebase console. If you don't remember how to access this, well, you just need to look for Firebase console, right? I know I misspell it, but this is smart enough to know that I'm referring to Firebase console. Oh, I don't know what it was. Firebase. Okay, give it some time. It's loading. And then go to console. Here, I am going to open it in a new tab. I'm going to explain why. But here, we are going to create our project. I think I'm lagging, but I don't know if that's an internet issue or my computer is so slow right now. But yeah, I think everything's good, right? So let's continue. Come on, come on. Okay, so now it loaded, and we can create a new project to let you know this is from scratch. So here, add project, The name of this, it's going to be Global Hack Week ML. IML. Okay, we are not going to allow analytics. No good reason, just I don't want to take more time. So meanwhile this is loading, let's try to explore this new thing I was talking about, which is for all the products they have released this one we were talking before, which is machine learning. So let's explore it. Machine learning, oh, let me change this to English so it could be easy for all of us to understand. Because I'm assuming no one here speaks Spanish. But yeah, machine learning for mobile developers, right? The main idea here is that they have built in functionality and SDK to make. Oh, I see a yes here, so that's really cool. Sankshay. So let me know why you speak Spanish. If where are you from or something like that. But yeah, the main idea here is as all Firebase products, they release this to make things even simpler. For example, we manage the Firebase store, which is a database too easy to connect. We add the Firebase hosting to make deploys of our apps and have them online too easy. Well, the same thing. It's here. You have an API, so you make API REST API calls to this, giving data. They process it online and give you the result. So the model it's running, the machine learning it's running, indeed in computers. So um, you can think it as cloud service. Actually, this Firebase machine learning or Firebase ML product comes from the Google Cloud AI tool. So it's like the how to say the smile child of the family. Firebase and Google Cloud are so interlinked. But yeah, Firebase it's the easiest one, right? So we don't want to get messy with GCP configuration, etc. Well, Firebase is the answer. And plus, you have all the powerful of the TensorFlow tool. Here, we talked about the TensorFlow Lite. It's the actual version that we are using, but still, it's TensorFlow. So nothing nothing to miss here. Then we can train model, solve common use case, etc. And this common use case refers to recognizing text, label images, and our landmarks, for example. So they have, as I was saying, base APIs for common mobile use case. What else we can get from here? I want the ducks. So let's see the ducks. And here, as I was saying, this is supported on iOS, Android, and Flutter. So great here. It's the mobile SDK. We mentioned that, and it's an easy to use package, right? So we need to establish which one we are going to use, right? Because um, we were talking here about cloud. I mentioned it as if it was the only option, but indeed they have cloud option and they have the on-device option. Um, the thing here, they have their pros and cons, obviously, right? Uh, you can imagine if you use cloud, you need internet connection, etc. But the model is running in a computer, and so the processing is very fast, the calls are fast. Well, you avoid to manage this um, complicated process on a mobile phone, and plus it takes less space, right? But if you're thinking of this app for being offline, well, they do have these on-device setting, and you can manage this. How to say it? Well, this processing on your phone, right? Uh, so they talk more about these differences and how you can use these TensorFlow lighting, etc. And they have this ML kit ready to use on models. The categories are this that you can use it to text recognition, as we were talking, image labeling, object detection, tracking, face detection, uh, barcode scanning. That sounds really cool. And one of the things I like the most is this one, language identification and translation. And that's so cool. Um, in where I work, we have this problem of making copies of the app in two languages, etc. And well, um, if it was up to me, I will make it translation call. I will just write everything in one language and then translate it in the other ones, right? Um, Maybe for not that frequently languages like we develop for Spanish and English, but if you want, I don't know, German or Chinese or any other language, and then well, I don't even know German, right? So, or Dutch. Uh, so just make it as translation. That's really cool. And well, the thing that come to us, it's this section here, the code labs, because we're going to perform this first project here of the code labs. Digit classification, it's the introduction to the model deployment. We are going to learn how to use these Firebase machine learning models and deploy the features by building an app that recognizes, as I was saying, these handwritten digits, uh, give us the output of the prediction. Like, I think you draw a tree in this example on computer, right? So I'm going to be doing this iOS one. Here we have it. Well, and what else we need from here? I think nothing more, but let's keep that tab open. I'm going to pause this one here, and well, our project is ready, and we needed that to continue to the next step. You will see. Because actually, I'm going to take this to the overview. Mm, the prerequisites are that we are going to need for this, Xcode and Cocoa Pods, right? So again, if you don't have this already installed in your computer, don't worry trying to install them now because they are so huge. They are going to take their time to install. Don't worry, follow this stream and try to do these development later, right? Practice at home and your own at your own time, right? So keep it with me and don't try to lose your mind here. So in this code lab, we are going to take an existing iOS app that has already a dynamical model, uh, but then no, sorry, a statical model that uses TensorFlow Lite, but we are going to turn it into an app that uses a dynamical model served from Firebase. That's the great thing here. And we are going to explore this code to see how it works and, well, obviously, how to implement it later in your future projects. So let's continue. First, we need to create the Firebase project. We already do this. Uh, well, they recommend us to use this name, but we are not going to do that. And next, it's to clone the project they gave us, right? So let me open a terminal here. Here I have it. And we are going to cd to developer. What do we have here? Cd to test. What do we have here? We're going to create a folder called global hackweek ML. Oh, I already have that. I think it's from the previous one. Wow. Um, let's see. Global hackweek ML. Oh no, it's from yesterday. So here, yeah, we're good to go. And then here we are going to copy this command to clone. I can do this because I need to do it SSH. You know, I have a pretty specific way of cloning projects, but I'm going to use this link to open. Well, this is not the link. I look for them in the Firebase repos, so I have it here somewhere. Let me look for it. Yeah, here it is. And I can share it with you here in comments because, well, maybe some of you are in a similar position to me. So here's the link. And, well, yeah, as I was saying, I need to do it SSH plus this little attachment. So we're here. We need to move into the CodeLab Digit Classifier iOS folder once the project is already installed, and pod install the well the packages, right? They say to us that we if we don't have Git installed, we can download blah blah blah. Once you download the project, we need to run it in order to play around and know how it works and how it feels, right? So let's do that. Oh, it's still cloning. So this is a good time if you have any question. Oh, yeah. Well, it's still it's a good time if you have any question here. Hmm. Hi, it's my first time entering hackathon. That's really cool. But you mean like this global hack week, or you mean the month long hackathon? Because that will be amazing. And so far, how has been the experience? Will these be coded through Xcode? Yeah, the answer is yes. So, as I was saying, don't worry if you can't follow. Um, Let me share the previous link I mean, this one, the Code Labs. So, if you want to do it later with Android or any other of these two, the sentiment analysis one, the content recommendation, they are in order because, well, it's recommended to follow that order. But yeah, I'm sure you can do whatever you want. You won't have problems. But you can find this link here now. Yeah, here. Firebase.google.com docs ML code labs. So I hope I'm doing everything right. Don't worry about doing right. You can fail. That's the funny part. Um, and to be honest, you learn more from failing than doing it all right. Hi, I'm starting from scratch. So can you share the link for the steps? Yeah, I just showed it. You can enter here and then select iOS or Android, and that will be it. Is this going to be Swift? Yeah, exactly. It's mandatory for iOS. But if you to be honest, I don't do Swift, so you don't need to do Swift either. It's a matter of understanding the code because we have the app already made. So we are going to make a few modifications of it, and it will be all right. So I think we can continue. No more questions here. So already do this. Oh, a step I was missing. I wanted to connect it here. Let me, yeah, here now the repo, it's downloaded. We need to move to how's the CD code lab iOS, and now we are here. According to the instructions, we need to pod install. So let's do it. And what other thing we need to do? I think that's all. So let's open this digit classifier. It's the command for opening it in Xcode. Um, but also you can click here and then just go like Xcode and select the folder and everything, right? So don't worry about it. And it's initializing, indexing files and everything. Meanwhile, let me look for my lightning cable to try to run this on my phone. I see some comments here. Awesome. Thanks for the link. Yeah, no worries. Wait, MacBook, it's mandatory. It is not mandatory. I am going to do it this way because this is the tools that I have. But if you don't have a Mac, you can't install Xcode, and it is totally fine to do it in Android Studio or any other platform for mobile that you can use. But the thing here is, it is not necessary for you to follow what I'm trying to build here. I tried to make that clear before, but stay tuned, see what we are doing, and you can do it for Android and for Flutter, and that will be fine. Plus, you have the link that I just shared to the Code Lab, and you can click on Android instead of iOS, and then you can try to follow as we go. But for what I know, Android Studio, it's, yeah, I would say it's heavy, or at least the same, use the same amount of space that Xcode. So if you try to download right now, you probably take the whole stream to do it. So don't worry. Can we do it in VS Code? The thing here is that you can't. Well, you can edit the code, right? You won't have problem with it. You can even edit it in the text editor, right? Whatever text editor you can. But for building it, for running it, for simulating it, even if it is Swift, you will need Xcode. But again, don't worry if you cannot do it right now. You take your time. You have the code lab. Just watch me do it, and then you can follow it at home at your own time. So my phone is connected right now. So let's try to run this. Plus, we have a warning here. Update to recommend settings. Yeah, perform changes. Why not? Oh, then cancel, and then cancel. And let's try to run this. Do we good here? Yeah, are we good here? Please close any current section and use. Oh, so let's close this. And then, oh, need to use the workspace instead. Digit classifier workspace. I've never used Xcode. Always use VS Code. Well, the technical thing here is that you can edit in both, but Xcode it's an IDE. It has a runtime integrated. It has a way to simulate and run the program, And VS Code, it's just a text editor with the capability of having plugins that can add runtimes and can add simulators and can add a lot of things. But flat, it is just text editor. And for running this application, you will need an IDE at least. So I am not sure because I am no expert on mobile development. As I was saying, I don't do often Swift. But the thing here, as we are working with this pre-developed, already well already before app, we are going to edit some things, but we need to run it. So if you have the possibility of downloading Xcode and try to do it yourself, just to see the outcome, like just to see what you can do materialized, do it. Again, you can do it if you don't have a Mac in Windows with Android Studio. Uh, and I am not sure if you can do that either in VS Code. But for what I know, for doing mobile, it's like a standard to use Xcode for iOS and Android Studio for Android. So yeah, that's the thing. But don't worry, you can rewatch always this stream. So already here. No. Okay. Oh, this still loading. So let's see. In the meantime, while this loads, let's click on the digit classifier main folder. In the general section, we will look for this bundle identifier. In this case, and this will be the same for you because we're working with the same project. This will be com.google.examples.digit classifier, right? And why this is important? Because we need to register our app, right? So once we set up our Firebase project, we need to follow. We can follow this documentation to create a new Firebase project, but also you can watch me do it. That it's here, and then hit on Apple. This is for new projects. If you have an already existing project and you have a product set up, this is going to be probably hidden, but it's just like a collapsible menu here. But that's all. I just want to clarify that. Then hit on Apple, and now this is loading, and this is why the product ID was important. We have to put it here. So remember, it was com.google.examples.digit classifier, right? Let me see everything it's correct spelled. Digit, it's with D in uppercase. Digit classifier com.google examples. Okay, then we can skip this name and this sort thing because probably it doesn't get to the store. Then we register our app, and we need this. We need to download Google service dash info dot plist. So we're going to do it. We hit here on download. Mine is already downloaded. And then next, this of adding SDKs and think it's good for other purposes. For the moment, we are going to skip this, right? So don't worry, we are going to follow the code lab. Then go to console, our app it's registered and everything's fine now, right? So let's see if Xcode had already finished to indexing files. Nope, but let's, I see we have more comments. So reject checks tell us, I hope you're having a good time and learning a lot. Oh yeah, you mean Chuck Royd for being in their first hackathon, right? So that's cool. Thank you. And let's see. Chuck Royd just tell us, thanks. I'm kind of confused, but I'm trying to catch up. Don't worry. You, I think it's confusing the first time. For sometimes it's still confusing all the time, but again, that's some of the fun. Um, with the time, you will getting familiar with everything. So I hope to see you here next times, and always feel free to reach out. And I'm always with DMs open. So returning here, it's initializing the data store. Oh well, I don't know why this was paused, but this is coming fast. Let's give it some minutes because I'm talking too much and I need some water. So I'll be back in less than 3 minutes. But yeah, give me this little time to go for water, right? I'm going to put some music and we will be back once the while once Xcode finish setting all up. Hey, I'm back. Needed some water. And I was checking why this is taking so long. And it looks like BS. Well, Xcode, it's downloading a new version of the iOS to simulate. So uh, it's going to take more time than that. But the next thing we need to do is take the file we just downloaded and add it to our project, right? So we're going to assume we already checked the project platform, etc. And we're going to continue with the next steps to see in advance the things we need to do, right? Once we tried the app and once we add this placed file, we need to add Firebase to our application, and we need to do it through the pod, which is like the package manager for this. So we add, well, we'll say pod, Firebase ML model downloader, and we indicate the version of it. Then in our app delegate, we need to import the Firebase code we just added as package, and then add a call to configure this Firebase, right? So then we run the project again to make sure the app didn't crash, and if everything is correct, it will not crash. That's just it, right? So um, I'm going to move the project here to see how it's doing and to see the progress of it so we can continue. Well, I mean, this. Well, next we need to deploy a model to Firebase Machine Learning product. For this, deploying this model, it's useful for two main reasons. This we can keep up the app install size small and only download the model if it's needed, as I was saying, for offline reasons, right? Oh wow, I got a problem with the iOS simulator. Let me try to resolve that. Oh, you see, let me let me copy this. Let me see if I can show it here on screen. Yeah, the operation could not be completed. No more space left on device. As I was saying, this is the storage it takes to develop a mobile. It's insane. Like that's why I don't do mobile. To be honest, I let me delete some things and then try to do it again. Give me a second on that. I'm going to put another again some music, but I am not going to quit screen. So don't worry. You will see that I'm working at it. Okay, it's supposed to be deleting a lot of things that I have, and I have to say a lot of them was Xcode cache or Xcode trash. Um, so yeah, once again, we need to wait until download is done. Um, but for sake reasons, we need to continue with this stream, right? So let's do all the things that instructions tell us to do. Just wait, fingers crossed, um, to have the correct output at the end, right? So first thing this says, it's to add here the placed file on digit classifier at top of the folder. That means here at this file. Okay, now it's added. Yeah, we select the correct target, finish, and then now it's done. What else says? That says that on delegate app delegate folder, we need to import Firebase core, right? And then add a call to configure this. We can do it here. I think it's outside. Yeah. Then next, and then deploy this thing, right? Before we can replace the static model if or in a wrap, we need to deploy the model we are going to replace it with, right? So the model can be deployed either via the console with the program or using the admin Firebase SDK, right? To keep it simple, we are going to use the console. Um, First, open Firebase and click on the machine learning, then on the custom. So we're going to do that. On here, all the products, or you can find it here somewhere. But yeah, to make sure, here on all products, we're up here, machine learning. It's loading. And then start. Then on custom, and then on add model. The prompt give the model a descriptive name. It will be from TensorFlow Lite. digit predict. Um, yep, continue. And we need the TensorFlow Lite file model. And we get it from the CodeLab project directory, right? So that project directory, where it was. Was it here or was it on the second step? This link. Do I have them here? Yeah, it's here. So if you check here on the project, I missed that, but here's the amnist.tf lite file. So we need to grab that, and for that reason, I'm going to open my Finder in the other window, look for the file. It's here, and drag them here. It's uploading. And now it's good. We're doing this with Swift, but yeah, you know what this means, right? Let's copy this just in case. And now that it's published, let's return to the steps before. Next, now we download the model from machine learning Firebase. So at the top of model loader.swift, which is this one, we need to import Firebase core again and also import Firebase machine learning model downloader. So let's do that. Just after the UI kit, we do this and then implement the following method. It's a static function called download model inside the model loader class. And in the view controller, we are going to change to replace the digit classifier initialization with our new method call. So the previous one was view download, view it law, supreme with it law, download from model from Firebase. Here, replace the digit initialization with our method. So that will be set up sketch view, initialize digits classifier instance. This classifier new instant. This is download as previous classifier dot new instance. That setup will be here. That means we need to delete this one. Just to make sure. Switch result classifier, we return to classifier. We only changed, yeah, the custom thing here. So ready. And again, this tells us to run the app every time we made a change, just in case we broke something. But well, still loading the simulator. I don't know why it has to. Maybe it's due to the iOS update. It's 17.2 version now. But yeah, I'm going to hurry because I think my time is running. But yeah, now track the used feedback and conventions to measure model accuracy. We can do this using the Firebase analytics, but we are not going to do it. Again, for sake of the time, well, really lousy. Sorry about that. But yeah, you can do this. This is like the guide to follow analytics, and you can change some parameters here. But again, we are not going to do that. So this is step 6 and 7. Track users' feedback, track interface time with Firebase performance. Again, we're not doing that. The next is deploy this second model to the Firebase and enable Firebase Model Management API. Create a bucket to store your models. Enable Firebase ML API on the Google GCP. And after running this, you should see a second model called this MS2. And we are going to do that to compare with the second model, and we can take advantage of the A/B testing um, product again. That I think that's the best way to call these products in the Firebase console. But before we do that, I just will terribly love to test what we have this far. So okay, let's keep making conversation while these finish downloading. So this far, what we did in the base of our project, we import the core of Firebase. And you see, we have warnings here about not finding this, and that's only because we need to do a little thing that is pod, well, the thing we saw before. Firebase model download. And wait for this to be added. Hmm. Oh yeah. I think that we need to add it other way. This pod file, we need to add pod Firebase download beta. And the other thing we need to add was, I think that was the only one. Model downloader. What about the fire? Yeah, the Firebase, the core one. Let me recall where that was. On settings, we need to find 404. Thanks for the MLH icons. Let's Google it. very quick. Yeah, on CocoaPod, I want to make sure we're making good use of the Ford file to add these Firebase. I mean, it's called Firebase core. Mm-hmm. You register it, blah blah blah. Add the Firebase configuration file. Already do that. Add Firebase SDK to your file. In file, add packages. One prompt. The slide that you want to use. I don't want to use Firebase Analytics. Firebase Core. Well, let's run then. Let's erase it because I just want to be sure. And let's do it the Xcode way, which is copy this, go to File, add packages. What? File, add packages. On the package URL, it's supposed to be this one. Installation in the subsequent standard port, blah blah blah. Yeah, it was just. Yeah. Now, again, I hope it doesn't take that much of space. And about the other installation that Xcode just randomly pop up for me, um, we're 19% of that, so we can do it. We're still on time. I mean, I think we cover all what we I wanted to do, but it's kind of lame to not show the final product. So the main idea was that, right? Uh, yeah, we can do it. We still have time for it. Hmm. So again, let's explore and recap what we did this far. From the existing um, project that we download from the code labs, the app has this TensorFlow model running inside of it. It was static. Uh, what's the advantage of changing it for a dynamic model that serves on Firebase ML product? Well, that we can change the use of it inside of the device to an API call through internet requests and manage all these processing on Firebase Online as a cloud service. So that's why we uploaded the model to Firebase ML. So we can now delete the existing uh, T TensorFlow Lite file here because we are not using it anymore. We are using it. We are making the call. That is what we change here. We are making the call for downloading the model existing in Firebase ML product as if yeah we upload the model to internet, and now that every time that we need to process something, we send information to the model, and then the model return the data, and it just like that. It it sounds like not a big deal, but think it this way: you're making an app so much lightweight right now. Plus, you have that advantage that you're using cloud technologies right now. So it is not only using machine learning, but it gives another layer to your stack, which is using Firebase, that it's a cloud service. And you have this code as reference to do it with every model that you can use with TensorFlow Lite. And if we go to TensorFlow and start checking out the TensorFlow Lite section, which is this one right here, you see we're under tensorflow.org/lite. We can see that we have already existing models that we can, like this, just implement in our app, because now all we need to do is take a model, uploading it to our cloud service, that is Firebase. That's the function of Firebase here, and it can replace our previous model without having to download an update for the app or install it again, or even change all the data that we had in our app, because we are abstracting this layer, and we are making it a cloud service. and I just see the installation just failed again because it's consuming all my memory. And I don't lie. Here's my storage. I mean, this is full again. It's supposed to be 6 GB. Wow, why? Well, this is the thing again. So I feel terrible. I think I won't be able to provide you the evidence of this working, but I just resume you what we done, right? So um, I share with you the code lab repo. I share with you the documentation, and it's as easy as that of changing the code, taking the examples, following the steps. But what I wanted to do here is explain the full process, explain why are we doing this, why this port and this is valuable for an application for a project. And well, that was it. Uh, I want to apologize about the filing stuff here with the storage of my computer and not being able to run this on Xcode. But yeah, I explained it what I wanted to explain, and you get the main idea. I mean, probably you are not going to follow this either because you don't have a Mac, but you can do it on Android. That it's almost the same. You just need to change the way the model is consumed to uh, API call, to a request to internet, and then abstract that in a file, in a function or something, to be able to dynamically change the model or even compare it as you may see in the code lab. Um, that it's more a more advanced thing because you make A/B testing. Uh, the thing here is you can change models as you want, again without having to actually uh, update or do big changes to the app. And I think that's just amazing. That is one of the big ideas here. The other one is to just, as easy as it sounds, pick a model and place it and uploading it. Um, so yeah, that's the idea of this session. If you have any questions, please let me know before we close up this workshop. And well, let me know what you think of it. Are you excited to try this on your next hack? I'll be hosting, well, me and another trio of my fellows. We are going to be these global, no, first party hackathon starting on Friday, Sunday, and Saturday. It will be Web3 apps. So I encourage you to participate. For example, you Chuck Ride, I think you're participating in the month-long hackathon, but what about a 3-day hackathon? Well, a smaller version or a more common version of a hackathon that it will be this weekend, right? So I hope to see you all there to start exploring with our amazing Web3 partners like Hedera, like Flapper Labs, and well, you will need to find out who else more this weekend, right? So come and develop with Web3 with me. I saw the advertisement for that. Looking forward to it. I believe I've never used a Web3 app. Well, that will be amazing. I remember the first time I tried. To be honest, I couldn't do it. It was with Solana, but then I tried with something smaller, and that to speak the truth, our Web3 partners are amazing projects that are really well documented, and some of them are really beginner friendly, really beginner friendly, and you can take advantage of something very similar like this with the machine learning ones, because I think the future for these complicated stuff like machine learning and AI, it's to put them as services, right? So if you think of this, if you think of the workshop we just run, um, it's machine learning as a service, because you're deploying a machine learning model and you're making requests to it. Well, with the Web3 apps, the Web3 partners we have, some of them are really similar. Like, you just make calls and you take like Web3 as a service, right? So looking forward to see you then. I think no more questions about this session, and where you are free to go. Thank you so much for joining me, and happy hacking.